getting later and later every day. Okay guys, welcome back to Roberts & Co. Welcome back to London, another live jewellery making session. Tonight we're doing quite a relatively simple task. It's not a simple task when you're first starting to make jewellery, that's for sure. Sawing, using a jeweller's piercing saw. I made a video about this saw. These are my favourite piercing saws they have been for a long time, which is a good thing because they're relatively inexpensive. We're going to be using that, the Grow Bay piercing saw. There's already a 1.0 or 2.0 blade in it. In a live stream a few days ago, and in our most recent long form video, we used this, the Durston. What is it? It's a Durston jump ring former, but we used some. This does have. I've made videos. The long format video, I think I use the included 3mm die. However, in a recent live stream, I've got these aftermarket 250mm dies that I got from a lady in Russia. A lady engineer. Imagine that in England. I'm sure there are some. I'm drinking green tea because it's January. YouTube copyright free music. We get that going. Yeah, we're going to do some sawing. See how many saw blades we break. Yeah, it sounds like a relatively simple thing, but using these really thin jeweller saw blades, when you're first starting out, you ping through loads of them. It's very frustrating because the problem when you can buy cheap and inexpensive ones, but you really need to be an expert to use them because they're lower quality than the relatively expensive ones. So you're actually better off with the expensive ones, but then gets expensive, keep breaking them. But unfortunately, it's practice more than anything. Learning how much pressure you can use and can't use, and letting the blade do the work. You need what tends to happen when you first start out with these is you grip them really tightly, too tightly. You actually need quite a loose grip because then when the blade snags, because it still snags when I'm doing it, it kind of just gets pulled, you know, it does snag. Whereas if you're gripping that really tightly, when it snags and locks up, ping, it's gone. I mean, I still do them. Like there'll be a point where I'll blunt the blade, but then I might have just a bad day where I just consume them. Doesn't happen as often. I mean, I live stream every day at the moment, and I'm sawing quite a lot, so there's no hiding the fact that I do still break them occasionally. But I'm better than I was at the start of my sawing career. So yeah, we made these. This is 1.5mm sterling silver wire. It's a 3mm mandrel, so we're looking at about 6mm diameter jump rings. And I use these to make, which I've been making in a lot of recent live streams, these T-bar pendants. They're a component part. I don't need a lot of them, which is why I've made this whole coil of them. But that will only last so long, so let's start sawing. Relatively simple task, like I say, but it's a skill that jewellers have to learn. Sawing through long coils of jump rings like this is quite a good way to learn because it's quite hard to grip this. You have to grip it in your fingers and thumbs. It's moving a lot. It does snag quite a lot. So if you're gripping the saw too tightly, you're going to ping blades. I've developed quite a thing recently for 8.0 saw blades as well. I seem to use them perhaps, but I'm not using them for this because the gap in this is key to the jump rings fitting on this rod. You have to control the size of you can micro adjust the size of the rings by adjusting the size of the saw blade you use to cut through them. So I can't use 8.0s on this, so they'll be too tight and they'll actually open up quite a bit noticeably. So I'm using a slightly larger blade than I normally would, but yeah, at the moment I'm kind of just using 8.0s for everything. but they're the most fragile. They tend to bend quite a lot and get pulled out of the saw frame because they're so hard for it to clamp, and so they're like a hair. I have to remove these every few cuts, because otherwise it will end up cutting the inside of the top ring. So you're going to cut a few off before you have to get them off. The other reason I'm doing this tonight is it's like cardio. You get, I wouldn't say it's quite like going for a run, but it's freezing here in London tonight. And even on a cold night like tonight, if I had a hoodie on, which I had on earlier, doing this, you'd be sweating. So I suppose that's another thing you have to do when you're first starting, is build some muscles. With your arms raked doing this. It's starting to get hot. Not me, the silver coil. snap it then. Still intact for now. Heard it hit the steel then. It's one way to break blades, hit the steel mandrel in the middle. How did that go? Right, getting somewhere near the end. Right, not really. We're about halfway. It's wishful thinking then, so looks at the bottom of it. Green tea. I don't know if you can see that. That's how cold it is. You can see my breath. You know what, if I've done this in summer and it's quite hard to do because you end up just sweating on everything. It is like cardio in that respect, cutting this long, cutting for extended periods of time, sawing for extended periods of time. Starting to snag on these last few. I can't really hold it as tightly. If you hold it too tightly, it can break the blade. Right, there we go. Let me show you that little pile. Some of these were already here, but most of them weren't. That should make quite, bearing in mind we need 3 for each T-bar, and I need hundreds of T-bars right now. So this won't be the last time you see us doing this, but I'll show you a T-bar for a comparison. So there we go, it's a little pile of 6mm, 3mm inside diameter jump rings, and that is what they ultimately become part of. A T-bar. And then there's another one as a bail, so each one of these pendants, or if they're going on a bracelet, charms, needs 3 of those. Right, there we go, a little jump ring making session. We made the coil using that, our Durston jump ring former. And check out long form videos and live streams and available on our channel with how we made the coil, but you can make these in all different sizes, different diameters, different diameter of wires, and then different size mandrels give you heavyweight, lightweight, medium weight rings, and obviously different diameters. You can make jump rings, chain links, possibilities are endless. Right, see you in the next one, probably tomorrow. Probably more T-bars. Toodles.